Hey there, fourth graders. I had to look to see which group I'm reading to here. Happy either Wednesday, November 4th or Thursday, November 5th. Can you believe it that Halloween is over and it is November? I don't know what happened to this school year. It's been crazy this year, but you are all fantastic, wonderful, amazing, and just marvelous. Your paper today, we are doing, since Wednesday or Thursday, these 2 days, we always do one of these stories, or that is what we're doing right now at least. The title of the story is Taking the Shot. It's backwards for you. Sorry about that. And it should have the correct date, either 11/4, 11/5. Once again, it's backwards for you. So let's do it that once again. But to help me find it is the kid with the soccer ball. Now, we are going to read this. It's called Taking the Shot. Using the title and the picture here, make a prediction. What is this going to be about? What do you think this story is going to be about? Say it out loud, tell someone around you, tell it to yourself, whisper it to yourself, think it in your brain. Predict what our story is going to be about. So I'm going to read. You can read on your own if you do not want to listen to me. You can or you can follow along. You pick. I have always hated games that come down to the final seconds. I can't stand to watch them, and I can't stand to play in them. It makes me too anxious or worried to know that anything can happen and that the end result could be a disappointment. So you can imagine how it felt to have about 1 minute left on the clock during our soccer game last weekend. Our team was playing the Devils, and the score was 4-3. We were down by 1 goal and hoping to score before the final whistle. If we could tie the game, the two teams would play in overtime for a winner. So imagine, there's 1 minute left and you're down 1 point. I could, he said he's anxious, so you're getting nervous and your heart rate usually starts beating faster. That's how I would feel. I'd be like, I really want to win. What are we going to do? And kind of it's intense. So this was an important game. It was the last one of the season, so the last one they play. The winner of this game would move on to the championship. It was a very tense time. I was playing the forward position on that day and was running the ball up the field with my friend Alex. We were passing it back and forth, making a lot of progress. I could hear the crowd cheering and thought I even heard my mom yell my name. I was focused, so all I could do was keep my eyes on the ball and watch the goal. I was looking for any opening to make a shot. I knew the goalie was a bit slow, so if he had to run after a ball quickly, it might slip past him. It was my only hope. Do you think he's going to make it? In an instant, I saw my chance. I could see a line straight through the net. All I needed was a hard kick. I was sure that the ball would sail right past the goalie. I planted my left foot and aimed my right leg toward the goal. I kicked that ball with all my might. I watched the ball, almost as if it were in slow motion, go right into the goalie's hands. Then I heard the whistle. The game was over, and we had lost. I have never felt such disappointment before. It did not matter that my coach gave me a high five and told me I had a good game, or that my teammates kept saying, "Nice try." I wanted to win so badly, but I missed the shot. So in my mind, this is the first time I'm reading this, in my mind, when I made that prediction, I was like, they're going to win. I think that he's going to get the goal, they're going to tie, and then they're going to come back and win because he's our main character. We want him to succeed. We want him to do the best and have a happy ending. This story kind of flipped it on us and did the other option where he actually lost, and it wasn't a happy ending necessarily for our main character. He was disappointed, but no one was angry at him. He said that his coach came up to high-five him and told him he had a good game, and his teammates kept saying, "Nice try," so everyone was supporting him, but it just wasn't right, and it wasn't enough, and he ended up losing the game, and that's okay. But it's kind of interesting because I wasn't expecting that. Were you expecting him to win? Okay, we are going to start the questions, and then you will need to do the writing today. So we're going to start with the questions, though. Whoa, I went the wrong way. You can pause the video as many times as you need to, listen to the questions as many times as you need to, and if you need help, let me know. Number 1, which statement is true about the narrator? So the narrator is the person telling the story. So which one of these is true? A, he does not like close games. B, he is a horrible soccer player, the worst. Does that fit with our character? C, he did not want to go to the city championship. Did he not? So was he excited they lost? D, he does not trust Alex. Kind of. Circle what you think is best or fill in the blank. Okay. 2. What is the author's opinion? So opinion's what they believe. It doesn't mean it's 100% true, but which one would they believe is true? A. It is better to be a team player than to hog the ball. B. Losing the game is the worst thing to ever happen. C. Losing an important game can be very disappointing. Do you think the author would agree with that it can be very disappointing? Think about how our narrator felt in the end. And D. Soccer is too competitive. Like, nope, not worth it because kids just, it's too much. Which one would the author agree with most? There might be a couple where you're like, oh, that could be right, that could be right. What would he agree with most? 3. Who would most likely relate to the narrator's experience? So who could also relate to them and be like, oh, I fit in with this? A. A goalie who catches a ball. B. A teacher who forgets to give a spelling test. C. A chef who burns a meal and has to start over. Or D. A gymnast who falls and causes her team to lose. So which one of those would kind of understand how our narrator is feeling, how he kicked the ball and missed and they ended up losing? So which one of those would fit best with our story? 4. Which summary of the text is most accurate? So which one of these best tells us what the story was about? A. A narrator likes to play soccer with his friend Alex. B. The narrator misses his doctor's appointment. C. The narrator makes a goal and wins the game. Or D. The narrator misses his chance to score a goal. Which one fits best with our story? What was it about? 5. What is the theme of this text? So what's it trying to tell you? What's it trying to teach us? A. Learning how to lose gracefully is important. B. Hard work can pay off. C. Team sports are only about winning and losing. D. A game can be saved by a whistle. Does that fit with this? So which one do you think would best fit with our story? And the last question, 6. What other type of story is related to this one? So which one else would kind of like similar, be kind of on the same line? A. A poem about soccer. B. A non-fiction text about soccer rules being like, hey, you can't touch the ball with your hands, you have to kick it this way, and so just listing rules. C. A letter to an editor of a newspaper about keeping parks clean, so like keeping your parks clean of trash. And D. A fictional story about a swimmer who loses a race. So a swimmer loses a race. Could that be similar to this one, where our narrator lost the game? Gave you a hint there. Once you're done answering those, we are going to go on to the writing page. Sorry, you have to do it. So, think about how disappointed the narrator feels when he misses the goal in a soccer game. When have you felt disappointed about something you did? How did you recover from that feeling? So, has there ever been a time that maybe you lost something, or you didn't get 100% correct on a quiz, or maybe with your writing it wasn't as neat as you wanted or something like that, and you kind of were like, oh, I didn't do my best, or oh, I failed, or oh, I lost that game. Maybe it's Uno. Maybe it's a video game, something where you're disappointed that you lost. So 2 sentences today. 1, tell me what it was that made you feel disappointed, and then how did you feel better after that? Did you try again? Did you get really angry and like yell? Did you get a little sad but then you're like, no, it's okay, and you went and played something else? So what made you feel disappointed, and how did you kind of recover after that? How did you get better? If you can't go like, I can't think of anything, I've never been disappointed, what would cause you to be disappointed? So what is something that maybe would happen that would make you go, that sucks, I lost? For me, it would probably be, I played tennis in high school, and if I lost, then I would feel upset about that. But sometimes it's card games, or I'm very competitive, so competitions for me. But think about you, and what, if you haven't felt disappointed, what might cause you to feel that way? And if you have, tell me about it. So just 2 sentences today, and if you need any help, get a hold of me some way. I will see you all soon, and have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.